everyone. It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Good afternoon. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I woke up like 11. I was watching movies, you know? Anyway, it's cold today. It's like 38, 36, something like that. Got like 2 sweatshirts on and 2 jackets on. I'm always more colder than anybody else, you know? It's a miracle I don't get sick very often. Anyway, I've got a new review today going on, and I always love reviews. Problem is, though, I'm going to be cold today because when you're not wrenching, you know, you're cold. When you're wrenching, you got to take all your clothes off because you're wrenching, you know? Anyway, so somebody contacted me about a month ago and said, would you review one of these 3 things, you know? And I picked the top one because I sort of like want that. I thought it was interesting, you know what I mean? So I opened this yesterday. Not opened the box, you know what I mean? And this wrapping is kind of ripped, but I'm just gonna pull this off. I haven't opened this box yet, but I did tear it by opening it, the box. So this is called a Meco Eleverde. Pretty fancy name, huh? Meco Eleverde Smart Home Video Doorbell. I guess it's kind of like a Ring doorbell or a Nest, you know what I mean? But those things are really expensive, right? I'll tell you how much this thing costs in a minute, but let's open it up first, okay? So I have a regular hardwired doorbell, you know, kind of ding-dong, you know? And I figured this would be really cool. Warranty card. 2 little stickers that help you measure where to drill holes if you wanted to mount it with screws. Instruction manual. Get out of here! We don't need instructions. Forget about it. I might go back to it if I get stuck. You know what I mean? All right. Let me get you closer. All right, first thing we're going to look at is this thing. Bell, speaker, USB. I'm thinking you plug this, oh, okay, so this is the chime. I guess you plug this into a USB port in your house somewhere close to this thing, and when you press the button, it goes ding dong. Uh-huh. Hard wiring cable. Okay, so I'd have to fish this into the door frame and connect it to something, you know. So I don't think I'll do that because mine's already wired, you know what I mean? But it obviously needs to be 12 volts, okay? Hey, 12 volts, this could fit on a tractor. Put this on a tractor. No, but see, because it's not 110, you know what I'm saying? The house voltage, right? You need an adapter. So because you have to do that, I gotta, you know, fish this through the door frame or something and then connect it to the outlet, you know, to convert it from 110 volts to 12 volts for this to work. So I don't think I'll do that. Here is the device. Kind of big, isn't it? I mean, it looks much bigger than the Ring. Looks like you can remove this thing. Okay, so here's where you plug it in. You know what? I don't think I have a choice of battery or hardwire. I think you have to do it this way. Oh, look. Got a 32 gigabyte SD memory card already in there. Oh, look, there's a USB micro USB port in here. So I bet you it has batteries in here. So I could use it for battery. I could use battery power on this. But how do I turn it on though? Maybe I should read the instructions, huh? Let's see how far we get. This is like a bracket of some kind. You know, I might have to read the instructions. What do you guys think? Because it seems like it's oh, I see. Okay, okay, I gotcha. This is kind of like a you know, like an angled thing. Like you can put it on and it's angled so that, you know, it points it more towards the middle of the door as opposed to the side of the door. Here's another box over here, and nothing else in the tray. What's in the box? What's in the box? So it's just tools. A Torx key, small screwdriver. Ooh. This is almost like one of these SIM card removers. For goodness sakes. It's even harder to do this when it's cold, you know. Alright, so tiny little screws with one of those things where you use to push out a SIM card tray, you know. 2 of those actually. Some wiring. Torx key, anchors and regular Phillips screws. I want to know where the battery is, though. Should I take this apart? Let's take it apart.
No, Henry, don't take it apart.
No, don't take it apart. Well, I don't seem to be getting any power, so apparently I have to hardwire this, right? But with the adapter, it's going to be kind of a pain for me to hardwire it, you know? That's interesting. The 2 together. I don't see any other holes that are 2 together, you know? And it doesn't seem like this is how you remove it. Should I remove these? Because I don't see where you get the battery out. You know what? I have to look at the instructions. So I looked it over. I didn't read it, but so look. Apparently it says dual voltage, right? But there's no battery in it. I thought it had a battery in it, you know, where you can recharge it and stuff, but it's not. Dual voltage, they mean, is that if your existing wiring in your house, right, also has a transformer that converts the 110 voltage to the 12, I'd have to test the power going into my existing hardwired doorbell and see whether or not it's 12 volt or not. If it's 110, it'll completely fry this thing, so I wouldn't be able to use it, right? So I'd have to use this adapter, you know, the AC adapter that converts it input 100 to 240 volts, 50/60 hertz, 30.35 amps, output 12 volts. So I'll go test the voltage coming out of the wires going into my existing hardwired doorbell and see if it's 12 volts. If so, I'll just go ahead and connect those wires to here, right? But if it doesn't and it shows 110 volts, I'll fry this, so I'll have to use this. So I'm just gonna connect this right now to this so that I can at least test it and see. They said the polarity doesn't matter. You could just screw it on. You know what? I'm going to get started with this first. Just get the screws in, you know what I mean? That's not right. You know why? Because I'm turning it and it won't go all the way in. And there's plenty of give. So it can't be that. Maybe it's this one. And of course this is a Torx. Why 2 different kinds? I have no idea. Let's see if this one goes all the way in. If this one goes all the way in, these are the screws. You know? I don't think this goes all the way in either. Alright. You gotta really turn it hard. It doesn't go all the way in either. What on earth? If it doesn't go all the way in, I won't be able to tighten it, you know? Oh, these black ones here? I should read the instructions. I don't like to read instructions because I always think I can do it without the instructions. Yeah, okay, these black ones are the ones. All right. It's a learning curve. Just chill out. Everybody just freaking calm down, all right? It's not the space shuttle. All right. Okay. All right, I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting there, fellers. Now let me plug it in and let's see what happens. All right. I've got my famous extension cord that you guys have seen me use over the past 3 years. It's in my garage. Here we go. Oh! Ooh, okay. The red light is on. And you know what? I'm gonna take this, right? And plug it into, ooh, made a noise. So I'm charging my cell phone over here in the garage. Got one of these things, see? It's a Samsung. I'm gonna plug this in here. I'm gonna plug this into the outlet right next to me, like 5 feet away. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I've plugged it into this, my outlets there, all right? And this red light is now blinking. Let's see what happens when I press the red light. All right, so it sounds here, but it doesn't sound over there. Let me go check out that thing. Okay, so this thing here, it had a button right there, and I just pressed it. When I pressed the button, this thing turned blue. When that thing turned blue, there you go. So I guess this red light always blinks like that? Like when it's sitting on your wall, it'll always just blink? All right, so I guess that works. Let's try to figure out the Wi-Fi part of it, you know, that stuff. So I have to go and get my phone, right? And I have to download an app called Cloud Edge. So let me do that. So I'm on my iPhone, and I've got Cloud Edge opened, all right? You had to type in your email and all that just to get an account, I guess. So now I'm just going to press, this is the next screen. Doorbell. Please follow the instruction manual to power on the device. I did. Please place the camera and phone close to your router for the best signal. Well, it's not really the best signal, but it'll have to do. Press the bell button and tap next. All right, here we go. Press the bell button and tap next. Please reset the device. Using the supplied reset pin, reset the device. Please refer to the manual. Wait for the LED indicator to flash red. It is flashing red. Reset button where? It says right there in the middle. I don't see a reset button. SD card, USB. Oh, I see. Here's a reset button. Super tiny, guys, right there. Alright, I just pressed it, the reset button. It's still blinking red like it was before. Nothing different. Wait for the LED indicator flashing red. Tap next. That is the one I want to use, so... Next. Tips. Please confirm whether your Wi-Fi account and password are correct. Okay. Please remove all the film from the lens. Tap next to show a QR code. Taking off all this plastic stuff here, the lens cover, to protect it during shipping. Ooh, look at that. It's got a QR code. Okay, scan the QR code below with the device at a distance of 5 to 6 inches. Ooh. Press next. Connecting. You know, I didn't enter a Wi-Fi password. It didn't allow me to. I didn't see it. So we're just gonna wait. And I'll be back when it's 0, okay? Okay, so it was searching and searching, and it wouldn't find the thing, right? And so I went and I went back again and entered my Wi-Fi password because I don't remember entering it, right? So I didn't. So that's why I didn't find it. But then I went and entered my Wi-Fi password, and here you go. It just came on. The next screen was this right here. And so if you press play, I believe it's live, right? And it actually shows my Wi-Fi is 100%. And bit rate is fluctuating to between 4 and 15 kilobytes per second. So as you guys can see, the screen, moving it around, it's very clear, really clear. Look. There we go. So watch this. There's an intercom too. Okay, I'm too close to it. I'm gonna walk away.
Hello, can you hear me? Hi, this is UPS.
Okay, just leave the
package on the stoop. Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that intercom function works great. All right. You can also take a screenshot of what's going on. I guess it just took a screenshot. And over here you press record. And as you can see, it's recording. So it's recording on the 32 gigabyte SD card that's included. And it'll just loop, you know what I mean, when it runs out. So this doesn't record full time, all right? It just records when it detects motion. So when you have the motion detection on. Let's look at the album here. When I press the album, sure enough, it's that screenshot I just took. So that's very cool. Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, the pickle is to get this thing installed onto my door, because the hardwiring, right, it being the wrong voltage, my house was built in 1954 or something, you know what I mean? So I don't think that it has an adapter in it that converts the 110 voltage to 12. I'm pretty sure that the device, the chime to the doorbell, is 110 volts, which means I'd have to somehow fish the wire through the door sill, right? And to be able to plug it into power. So that's the biggest pickle that I have. So I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to mount it, you know? All right, let me show you guys something. So check this out. I'm going to pretend I'm pressing the doorbell, okay? Well, I am pressing it. So when I press that, my chime rings, this rings, and then my phone says, "Doorbell, you have a visitor." I'll press answer, and there you go. You can hear the feedback because it's so close. Hello? Hey, Henry, it's Frank the UPS guy. I got a package for you. Frank! Yeah. As you can see, there's a lot of feedback because they're right next to each other, you know. But when you're, when you're separating the phone and the thing, it ought to work good with the intercom. So this is very cool. Because it's moving, I don't see it recording though, you know. So I'll have to play with it. But I have to go see the voltage of my hardwire system for sure. So I'm at my doorbell now. I'm gonna take this apart and I'm gonna test the voltage and see if it's 12 volts. I doubt it. I think it's 110 for sure, which means I'm gonna have a hell of a time trying to figure out how to fish that wire through the door sill up through this opening and then into the house to be able to plug it into the wall, you know. So that's my biggest challenge, you know. So it's not an easy installation at all if you're hardwiring, right? See, look at that. It's a tiny little hole there. And I don't even know where that leads to, you know? Let me get my multimeter. And we're going to test for DC voltage. It's under 12. Let's see if it's 12 volts. It's not. I'm going to go to AC 200 because it's less than 200. AC 15? That might work. I'm getting my voltage mixed up. I gotta go figure this out. So the device can take 12 volts to 24 volts of AC power. So apparently the voltage coming out of here is only 15.5 AC. So I think that'll work. That's great. So I'm gonna disconnect this, right? And I'm gonna attach it to the doorbell and see if it works. If I fry it, I fry it. So there you go. I just connected these two wires to that, right? And look, seems like it works. Wow. So it apparently this wiring from the 50s really is regulated to 15 volts AC. This thing takes up to 24 volts, right? So 12 to 24 volts, this thing works. So since this is only giving off 15 and a half, it works. Awesome. So this is an easy installation after all. I'm gonna put that bezel on here, you know, the one that kind of turns this way, and I have to detach this to slide the two brackets over it first. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I finally finished, and now I'm gonna do an experiment. Here's my phone. I'm gonna walk to the door and see if it senses my motion and I get a notification on my phone. Okay, I'm walking up my stairs. There we go. I've got a notification somebody's at the door. Awesome. It's a little bit delayed, but you know. So I'll open my app. I have low battery right now because I've been testing it all day. And there I am, standing at the door. I mounted it with that curved thing so that this points to the middle of the door, right? And it was a direct replacement, and it was easy to install. The curved bracket, 2 screws, I just attached 2 wires to it. It was very easy, and then 1 security screw to hold this whole thing onto the bracket. And so I put the doorbell chime thing inside the house, and so now when I press the button, I get a notification on my phone that somebody's pressing the doorbell, and also the chime rings inside the house. So it's awesome. And this blue light always stays on, and it looks fantastic. I mean, it does stand out a lot, you know what I'm saying? And theoretically, if a guy, an intruder or something, he breaks into the house, unless you have the cloud on, you know what I mean by the cloud, it has a service where you have to pay so that everything that's uploaded, everything that's recorded gets uploaded to the cloud, so you'll always have it, but there's a fee for it. If you don't want the fee, then the SD card inside that camera is what captures all the images. If you were a super smart intruder and you break into somebody's house, right? On your way out, just rip the whole thing off and take it with you. Then there's no footage that I would have of what happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only benefit of the cloud, is that even if he rips that off and takes it, you still have the footage in the cloud. But honestly, I like it a lot, and I think it's great that I have it too. So that's it. That's my review of the Meco Smart Doorbell. It's like a Ring, but at a fraction of the cost. It's available on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description of this video. It's $89.99 with free shipping on Amazon.com. This is the hardwired system. Meco also makes a battery-powered one, and it has like a top lip on the top, almost like a roof to it, you know what I'm saying? And that's at different prices. And that's also wireless, but it also has the a battery in it where you can charge it at times, where you can take it off and charge it. I preferred the wired system because I find it kind of a pain if you have to once in a while get a low battery reading. You'd have to remove it, take the screw out from the bottom, the security screw, remove it, and then plug it for, you know, an hour or so to recharge the batteries. It probably has some rechargeable batteries in it, probably AA or something. So I thought that would be a pain in the butt. Since I already had a hardwired system, my only concern was that the voltage was correct, and it is in fact correct. As you saw, I multimetered voltage tested the wiring coming out of my door sill, and it was 15.5 volts AC. This takes up to 12 to 24 volts AC, so it was a direct replacement. It was easy to wire up because it was the existing hardwire, right? All I had to do is take those 2 wires, screw them onto this, put the bracket on, put this thing on. It looks great. It looks very clean, and it works as it should. You press the button, doorbell rings on the inside of the house with the chime. My phone gets an indication that somebody's at the door. I just press the app. It's called Cloud Edge, right? And it's a free download. It was really easy to set up with just your email address to make an account, right? I found the device, entered your Wi-Fi information in there, right? And everything works as it should. When I get the notification that somebody's at the door, I press the notification, and it goes live to exactly who's standing in front of my door. It has an intercom system where the person at the door can talk, I can respond, I can talk to them, like a 2-way intercom system. It records on motion to a 32 gigabyte included SD card in there that's on a loop. When it uses up all the 32 gigabytes, it starts over from the very beginning again. And I think it's fantastic. I'm so glad that I got it, and thank you very much, Meco, for sending it to me to do a review. I'm very impressed with it, and I plan on using this forever. Really good product. I like it a lot. Thanks a lot for following me on today's video. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
See you next time on Mowers and Blowers, the island of Puerto Rico.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video, and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.